It is an honor to speak to the champions of the anti-testing movement this evening. And though I cannot be there in person with you, know that I am with you in spirit and in solidarity. I am also deeply honored to receive the Deborah W. Meyer Heroes in Education Award. Again, I remain humbled by the recognition of others of my work as president of the Chicago Teachers Union, but more importantly, as an educator who didn't go into teaching to become rich, but to change and direct young lives. So I accept this honor on behalf of every teacher, paraprofessional, and clinician whom I represent. I accept this honor on behalf of every educator who has taken the bold stance against the overuse and misuse of standardized tests. I have never considered myself a hero of any kind. I am a passionate believer in our profession. And from the first time I stepped into a classroom with all eyes on me, I knew I had taken an oath to impart knowledge to the best of my ability, to encourage learning to the best of my ability, and to always stand up for what is just, what is moral when it comes to our children and the communities we come from. Test scores fail as measures of learning when high-stakes testing advanced by corporate education reformers dominates curriculum, and also fails to consider non-classroom stimuli that affect school-age children, especially in places like Chicago. Children who do not have access to health care, who are hungry, who are fearful of violence in their communities, who do not have books or access to other informal learning at home, and whose parents may have limited education, or who are stressed by economic problems, are at an extreme disadvantage. These social factors are related not only to testing outcomes, academic achievement, future education, and socioeconomic success, but also to the racial, ethnic, and class origins of individuals. The inequitable history of American society, politics, institutional racism, and economic relations are at the root of these outcomes. As a result, when academic outcomes are averaged across subgroups such as race and class, glaring gaps appear. These issues are the things that are important to our families, not performance on standardized tests. We cannot test our way out of poverty. We cannot test our way out of neighborhood violence. We cannot test our unemployment rates away among teens and adults of color. School deformers are focused on the wrong things. None of them care about the children we love. They care only about profit margins. They do not understand, as Mary McLeod Bethune said, the work of the mind controls the work of the hands and the heart, and together they fulfill the functions of education. Corporate school deformers want robots, not learned people who challenge authority, think creatively with high levels of comprehension, inquiry, and scientific skepticism. They want test bots, widgets who continue to make the corporations that create these tests wealthy. The Chicago Teachers Union rejects their model. This is why we reformed our union into an organizing model and turned it into a weapon against their schemes. And they are full of schemes. We shoot down one, there's another and another and another. That is also why, sisters and brothers, we must stay ever vigilant in our fight against high-stakes testing and the neoliberal assault on public education. We are the True Justice League, and every one of you is a hero in my book. You may not have a cape or some magical ability like the Superman everyone seems to be waiting on, but you have the power of the pen, the power of pedagogy, the power of voice, the power of marching feet. We are changing the discourse. Our just efforts are having an impact. We just have to keep pressing forward, keep speaking the truth, keep fighting for better working conditions, because those are better learning conditions for our students. We have to keep pressing forward. So to Monty Neal and FairTest, Fred Bay, Linda Darling Hammond, Michelle Fine, Diane Ravage, and my brother and comrade in the struggle, Jesse Sharkey, as well as the entire host committee, and especially to Barbara Bowen, who's accepting on my behalf. I say thank you, and I will see you on the battlefield.